You are listening to PastThink.com audiobook. Please like and subscribe, thank you. Chapter 87. Kong Ming goes to war against the Man people. The king of the Man suffers his first defeat. In Chengdu, capital city of Shu, Kong Ming has taken full responsibility for the affairs of state. As a result, the kingdom is at peace, everyone is happy and well fed. All are willing to shoulder their share of responsibilities. In the year of AD 225, news comes of a revolt in the southern borderlands. Menghua, king of the Man tribes, has invaded with 100,000 men. 3 local governors have joined the revolt: Yong Kai, governor of Jianing; Zhu Bao, governor of Zongga; and Gao Ding, governor of Yusui. The city and governor of Yongchang are besieged, and the governor, Wang Kong, has sent an urgent appeal for help. When the second ruler hears that Kong Ming himself wishes to go south to the borders to deal with this insurrection, he is far from happy. He is deeply concerned about the already existing threats, from Wei to the north and Wu to the south. But Kong Ming reassures him that he has put in place worthy commanders to protect the land. So it is that shortly thereafter he sets forth for the south of the country, accompanied by trusted commanders such as Zhao Zilong, Wei Yan, Wang Ping and Zhang Yi. En route they meet the third son of Guanyu, Guanzhong, whom Kong Ming appoints as head of the vanguard. The well-provisioned army proceeds on its way to battle. When news of the advancing army reaches the 3 treacherous governors, they meet to confer and plot. Each of them has an army of some 50 to 60,000 men. They send out an advanced party under Yi Huan, a giant of a man with an ugly face and the energy of many men. The armies meet on the border of Yizhou. Using cunning, Wei Yan pretends to flee after the initial battle. He is thus able to lure Yi Huan into a trap, and he is swiftly captured. Imagine his surprise when, brought before Kong Ming, he is released and treated with great respect. Kong Ming inquires whose commander he was, and on being told that he served Gao Ding, says, "Oh, I have heard of him. He is a loyal man who has been misled by Yong Kai. Go to Governor Gao Ding and tell him to surrender, and we will accept him back, otherwise, well, let's just say it will not go well for him." You can imagine how moved Governor Gao Ding is by this news when Yi Huan returns. The next day, when rebel Governor Yong Kai visits Gao Ding, he asks how Yi Huan has escaped. On being told of Kong Ming's leniency, he warns that this is simply a plot by Kong Ming to divide and rule. Fearful now of losing prestige, Yong Kai moves to attack the Shu army. But this hasty attack fails, and his army is badly defeated. Undeterred, the very next day Yong Kai attacks again. But Kong Ming simply holds him off. A few days afterwards, this time in concert with Gao Ding, who has been persuaded to stand firm with the rebels, he attacks again. Once again the Shu army triumphs, and many men from both rebel groups are captured. Kong Ming divides the captured soldiers into their 2 original groups. He has rumors spread that the men of Gao Ding will be spared, while the men of Yong Kai will be executed. It is hardly surprising, then, that when Kong Ming calls for Yong Kai's men to be brought to him, and he asks whom they serve, they all say, Gao Ding. He lets them all go as he did with the real men of Gao Ding. However, he lets them know that someone has come to him from Yong Kai, offering to bring the heads of Gao Ding and Zhu Bao in order to obtain pardon. This, of course, sets rumors running when the released soldiers return to the rebel camps. The rumors increase Gao Ding's fears. But he is still really uncertain about whether to surrender to Kong Ming. So he sends a spy into the Shu army camp. The spy is captured, and in a further act of deception, Kong Ming pretends to believe that he is a messenger from Yong Kai. "Where are the heads of Gao Ding and Zhu Bao that your master promised me?" demands Kong Ming. The spy, thoroughly confused but desperate to save his own life, mumbles vaguely and inaudibly. "Take this letter to your master," says Kong Ming, "and tell him to act now before it is too late." Simply happy to escape, the spy kowtows and returns post-haste to Gao Ding, to whom he presents the letter. The fake letter has exactly the effect Kong Ming hoped. Gao Ding decides to kill Yong Kai and surrender to Kong Ming. Together with Yi Huan, he plans the murder of Yong Kai. He invites him to a banquet, but, when he does not turn up, Gao Ding knows that there is a plot, and so with Yi Huan he attacks Yong Kai's camp. As most of the men guarding the camp are the same as those released by Kong Ming, thinking they were Gao Ding's men, they rally to Gao Ding's side. Although Yong Kai manages at first to escape, he is hunted down and killed by Yi Huan in an ambush. Gao Ding turns up at Kong Ming's camp with the head of Yong Kai. With him come his own men, and the men of Yong Kai. But Kong Ming has a further trick up his sleeve. "Do you think you can fool me?" demands Kong Ming. "Zhu Bao has sent a secret letter offering to surrender, and warning me that you and Yong Kai are so close nothing will part you. So what treason is this that you kill him? I think you are lying, and you have no intention of submitting." Completely baffled by this, Gao Ding replies, "That's just a plot by Zhu Bao. Don't trust him an inch." "Well," says Kong Ming, "if you were to bring me the head of Zhu Bao I could of course then trust you." Gao Ding and Yi Huan take off to do exactly that. When they confront Zhu Bao, he is of course totally at a loss as to what they are talking about. With one swipe of Yi Huan's halberd, Zhu Bao is beheaded, and all his men submit. Kong Ming is delighted when Gao Ding brings him Zhu Bao's head. The revolt of the governors is over, and Gao Ding is made governor of all 3 areas, and Yi Huan appointed as the commander of Gao Ding's troops. News of the quelling of the revolt of the governors soon reaches Meng Huo and his tribe. He calls together the chieftains of the 3 valleys and urges upon them the need to unite to defeat the Shu invasion. The 3 chieftains come with some 50,000 men each, Jin Huanshenji, to take the central position in the attack, Dong Tuna the left flank and Awinan the right flank. In planning how to confront them, Kong Ming plays games with the loyalty of his old martial allies Zhao Zilong and Wei Yan. He speaks as if he considers them too old and unfamiliar with the territory. So he appoints younger men, Wang Ping and Ma Zhong, to lead the main attacking troops. Disgruntled, the 2 older men take themselves off and, having captured some locals, from whom they gather information on the enemy, devise their own strategy for attacking the 3 armies in their various encampments. Leading 5,000 of the best fighters, Zhao Zilong and Wei Yan set out at the dead of night for the camp of Jin Huanshenji. They take the rebels completely by surprise, and Zhao Zilong slays the chieftain Jin Huanshenji, whereupon the man troops scatter. Splitting their forces, Zhao Zilong heads for the camp of Awinan, while Wei Yan sets off for the camp of Dong Tuna. When Wei Yan attacks Dong Tuna from the rear, unbeknown to Wei Yan, Wang Ping attacks from the front, and although Dong Tuna escapes his army is defeated. Likewise, when Zhao Zilong attacks the rear of Awinan's camp, Ma Zhong is there attacking the front, and while Awinan escapes his troops are defeated. The 2 chieftains are captured later. Kong Ming has not only foreseen the way of dealing with the 3 armies, creating rivalry between his own commanders, but has foreseen how the chieftains will try to escape. The 2 men are brought before Kong Ming, and to their immense relief they are released. But Kong Ming then says, "Beware. Tomorrow Meng Huo will personally lead the attack, and that is when we will capture him." And having assigned his men to different tasks, he sets in motion the plan to capture the king. Sure enough, Meng Huo, hearing of the disaster of the 3 chieftains' revolt, decides to move to the attack himself, and before long he is facing Wang Ping on the battlefield. Meng Huo is splendidly dressed in fine robes studded with jewels, riding a red hare horse, and bearing 2 bejeweled swords. Viewing his enemy, he is dismissive of the supposed skills of Kong Ming. "You call this an army?" he says scornfully. "This Kong Ming is no military genius. This is pathetic. Had I realized how foolish he was and how false his reputation, I'd have rebelled long ago." This is why, when the initial challenge match between the Man tribe's warrior Meng Yicheng and Wang Ping results in Wang Ping's apparent defeat and flight, Meng Huo is trapped into advancing. He is, of course, drawn into an ambush and is captured by Wei Yan, while Meng's troops are routed, with huge losses and many taken prisoner. Wei Yan brings the captured Meng Huo to Kong Ming's camp, where he has put on a display of the Shu army's wealth and strength designed to awe the rebel chief. Kong Ming immediately orders the release of the soldiers, saying, "I know that your families are desperate for news of you and fear the worst. So knowing you're just good people, forced into military service by Meng Huo, I release you. Go home and celebrate with those you love. You can imagine the joy and happiness this provokes, and the grateful troops praise Kong Ming to the heavens. Then Kong Ming turns his attention to Meng Huo and upbraids him for rebelling. To this Meng Huo furiously replies, "Once, all this land of the Riverlands belonged to us. You and your lord seized it by violence and self-declared yourselves to be its rulers, even making your leader an emperor. For generations my ancestors ruled here, on the very lands you've seized without good reason. You have acted so treacherously. You are the real traitors. So what is this rebellion of which you speak? Answer me that." "Well," says Kong Ming, "you're my prisoner now, so will you obey? You trapped me, so why should I surrender?" To this Kong Ming replies, "But you see I'm going to let you go. So what do you have to say to that? Set me free, and I'll gather fresh men and come at you again. But if you capture me then, well, then I'll submit." So Kong Ming orders that the shackles be removed and Meng Huo be given food, drink and clothing, a horse to ride and be allowed to leave the camp. Will this work? Let's find out.